lavender haze. Boom. Gorgeous. Welcome to the lavender haze.
We're going to be talking about what's new in Illustrator and also Adobe Express.
I'm going to show you how to update. If you don't have auto updates, click on all apps here in your Creative Cloud desktop app. If you do have an update that you need, you can click on updates and it will show you. I have a whole bunch of stuff, including the Photoshop beta. And if you don't know what is new today, you can come up here to help and then click on what's new.
Generative Recolor is really exciting because we have it on, there's Adobe Firefly, which is our family of new generative AI models, which allows you to type in the type of coloring that you might want. So you can really quickly recolor and start to explore with different variations and just be able to iterate a lot faster through all your illustrations.
Yes. Next up is a really fun one that is actually in beta, but we're still going to tell you and show you about it today. Retype. I have outlined all this text. I've done a lot of complex, weird things to this text, and I need to figure out what font I use. Select this real quick, and we could do it with all this background, but I just want to show you how it works first. Select that text right here, type, and then we can click on Retype Beta. And it is finding the closest Adobe font to the text that I have selected. The next thing that we have is updates to image trace. I'm just gonna rasterize this real quick just so I can show you. Let's say that we bring in a photo, a raster image, right? A client sends us a JPEG and they're like, hey, can we make this 9 feet tall? Click on image trace right here. And this is a new window. And so we can click through here and there is photo, logo, click on 6 colors and see what happens. Now we have our vector shapes. It's got some little rough edges here, but we can clean that up using simplify paths, or we could use a smooth tool. That is very, very cool.
Adobe Firefly, so I'm on the web. There are some of these that you can test out right away, like text to image, generative fill, which I know is also brought directly into Photoshop beta, text effects, and then generative recolor. But text to image, for those of you who haven't seen it before, click in. These are a lot of pieces that have been made directly with this, and anytime you hover over the images, you can see the prompt that someone actually typed in to get these creations. Here's more of a watercolor effect. You can get something that's much more photorealistic. You have all these variations. Every time you hit refresh, you'll get 4 more versions of this, but you can just start to riff off of other people's ideas here, type in your own prompt, and there are a lot of different effects. So if I wanted to change this from this more photorealistic thing.
We have a shared library. All you need to do in Illustrator is go ahead and go to libraries and you can create new library. You can click on, ours is called Adobe Live Tuesday. We can click on the share button and that will share with your collaborators.
Adobe Express, I have all of my stuff here. I have all the files I've been working on and then the libraries. I can see your frog Curtis here in one of my libraries. Let's get started with an Instagram story, browse templates.
How are we going to incorporate our little man?
I'm gonna go to my stuff, which is where my brands and libraries are. And here I see the Adobe Live Tuesday. I'm just gonna give that 1 click and drop him into this piece, and I can just start to resize him. I kind of wanna do an animation or something. We're gonna bungee him.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you the generative recolor that we have in Adobe Illustrator now. Go to Edit, and then we're gonna scroll down here and go to Edit Colors and Generative Recolor Beta. And I know that we've gone through a lot of variations of our friend, and with him selected, all I'm gonna do is hit enter with my prompt, and it's going to give me 4 options. Oh, cool. That's wild. What it's gonna do is it's going to sync. Down at the bottom, it says right there, your linked asset has changed. And if you click on update, watch what happens to our little man. Curtis,
happening.
Boom, right there.
There we go, hit play. Again, I started to put some animations on here so he kind of bounces on in and then he kind of goes off when he fades out. You just zoom in a little bit. Go over to generative fill, how amazing it is with styling as well, because this is much more drawn, illustrative, everything like that. So when I use the brush tool, select an area, I'm gonna grab where his beanie is currently, brush that whole area in, type in curly hair and hit generate.
See what happens.
There
yeah, cool. Generative recolor is the thing that is here in Illustrator now. So you can go to Edit, Convert to Grayscale. And if I wanted it to feel cool, I would have done literally a blue box over that grayscale, and I would have changed the blending mode over here to color, or multiply if I want it a little bit darker, right? We don't need to do that anymore. We are going to make a couple copies of this, edit colors. We're gonna do generative recolor. We're gonna go into that lavender haze. Boom. Gorgeous. Welcome to the lavender haze. Hold fall snow, right? Maybe we're at the end of fall. Oh, I love that. I think this one is the winner for me. Camera 2, baby. See you guys in a minute. Bye.